It is 4 a.m. and I'm currently in Venice. I've been here for the last few days. I was predominantly here for a party on a ship last night, which was pretty awesome. But today I've got to be in Madrid in a couple of hours' time for an Audi event, which means exiting Venice in the middle of the night by boat, which is actually pretty magical. It's been the last few days here and this town has got so much energy and it's buzzing. But right now I'm whispering because it's absolutely silent. There's not a boat, there's not a person, and it's just me and the water. And in a few minutes my taxi boat will be here and we're going to jet off down the canals to the airport. Let's do it. Venice has to be one of my all-time favorite places. If you've never been, just put it on your priority list to come to this place. It is absolutely magical. I'm amazed a place like this can even still exist. It's like every single corner is just packed with character, every little alleyway, street, everything. It's phenomenal. And for me, there's no cars. So, because of course in Venice, no roads, it's only boats. And so you walk everywhere or catch boats everywhere. But for a retreat, it's like nothing else. Anyway, boat has just dropped us off at the airport. Short walk now from the dock. And then, yeah, we're gonna get ourselves on a plane to Madrid. See you in a moment.
So here's the thing about airport lounges. Growing up, I always saw them in these like mystical places where you had to have like endless cards to access them, or you have some private bank and you could waive it and get in for free, or you just weren't allowed in. But in actual fact, airport lounges actually aren't that special, and just go in and try it. Often your ticket can just get you in, but also they're not actually that expensive. So I was downstairs a minute ago looking at getting some like really early breakfast, just a sandwich and a coffee. And for just like 10 euros more, I could access the airport lounge and have all of the coffee, croissants and whatever I wanted. So yeah, there's my travel tip, I guess. Don't be afraid to try an airport lounge. And yeah, normally, even if you do have to pay for it, it's probably worth it. Anyway, I gotta go to Madrid.
Okay, we have arrived at Madrid airport. The ceiling in this place, not this ceiling, the ceiling in the main terminal, which I'll splice in here, is absolutely incredible. This whole place is like a work of art. But anyway, earlier on I mentioned that I'm here for an Audi event. But what kind of Audi event? Well, we've been invited out to drive the new TTRS, which will be sweet, because the old one was cool, but there was room for improvement. But yeah, from what I see, I read good things, and today's going to be my opportunity to get behind the wheel of both the convertible and the coupe and see what's what. Let's hit it. We are here, we have arrived at the Jarama race circuit, considering we're in Spain. Anyway, forgive my pronunciation. The fact is, we are at a race circuit and we have a fleet of Audi TT RSs to get our hands up. Yeah, the sun is shining and back home it is torrential rain, apparently. So Paul tells me. By the way, Paul of Supercars of London has also joined us. What do you reckon, man?
How are you doing?
Not bad, not bad. So Paul's just flown in from London, where it's torrential rain. I've just boated in from Venice.
I feel like I've boated in because it was torrential rain. And I had a slight excursion this morning.
So
I forgot my passport.
Yeah, but it wasn't last night, it was this morning before you got on the plane.
Yeah.
Nice work. So how are we gonna decide who drives what?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah.
Okay. The fact of the matter is, we are here in sunny Spain with a fleet of TTRSs, and we're going to have a great day and take you guys along for the journey, immerse you in the experience, and we'll also be making separate videos on our takes on these cars too, so there'll be a little bit of lifestyle and there's also going to be a full-on review. So
Try to review.
Let's do it. I gotta tell you, even though I knew I was coming to Madrid this morning when I woke up in Venice, the last thing I thought I'd be driving is the new RS Roadster. But it's cool, it's great to be here. So I've made the sort of conscious decision to drive the Roadster on the road, because it's a little bit more lifestyle, and then later on when we want to get serious about talking about the car and the dynamics and the performance and all that sort of thing, I'll take the coupe out on track. That's a good start. This is a good start. It's a good day, guys. The sun is shining and we're in the new TT RS Roadster. I mean, it's great, isn't it? And once again, it's a pleasure and an honor to be able to take you guys along for the ride and share the experience with you. Now, Audi have pre-programmed in the sat-nav a 60-kilometer tour, which apparently is their short route for the day. I'm sure you can hear in front, I am following Paul Wallace. He's currently in the coupe. And yeah, we're basically just gonna have a nice drive around in this thing, find out what it's like on the road, and enjoy the fact that back home it's absolutely pissing it down, and here it is still 25 degrees, sun shining, roof down. I mean, bloody brilliant. So these are probably the best roads of the day, so there's no better place for me to discuss the dynamics of this car on the road, certainly. Now, we might be in the soft top variation of the car, but on these roads at these speeds, which may sound fast, but actually isn't that fast. That's the best thing about these kinds of roads. You can really enjoy a car like this on roads like these to the max, because you don't have to go that fast to really enjoy it. So in video part 2, we're going to discuss what the TTRS is like on track. And I guess that's really where you can really push these things and get a feel for how they are at the limit. But let's face it, 95% of the time we're going to be driving these cars on the road. They aren't a track-focused car, despite the RS name. But on the road, it's so much car. It's just endless fun. I've got to give praise to this gearbox. I am a big dual clutch gearbox fan. And the TTRS manages to spool up a turbocharged engine really well. Oh yeah. Now this corner here leads me to front end turning. Audis of old have often been criticised for the front end being a bit soft and just being prone to understeer generally. And while there is a degree of that going on in the Gen 2 TTRS, it's nothing like it was. And it only really happens when you're doing something wrong, really. Now, of course, a big part of this is brakes. We've got to discuss brakes. Well, we've been going fairly swift on very tight country roads, and I haven't been going too soft on this car because we do want to find out what it's all about. These standard steel brakes so far have only been giving me plenty of great feedback, but I haven't had too much fade. Now, as they've got a bit hotter, we've got a little bit of sponge in there, but it's nothing that would concern you really. Now, I am aware that there is a carbon ceramic pack for the TTRS. Whether you need it or not, I don't know. I suppose really it's more than just the fact that they're carbon ceramics. It's that you're going to be shaving more unsprung weight. And of course, if you do fancy taking it on the track or are a very spirited road driver, those ceramics are going to add to the experience even further. I don't really have a bad thing to say about this car. What I would say is, despite whatever witchcraft Audi have tried to apply to the turbo on this car, there is still a bit of that. I mean, you can plant your foot flat in second and it still has that spool, it still has that time to build. And I don't know if it's a problem, but there are some manufacturers out there doing some great things with turbos where they've almost eradicated lag. Now, the lag in this isn't a problem. I mean, some could argue that it's actually character, but I think there's definitely room there for learning the characteristics of the car in order to drive out that lag. But we have to remember the price point of this car. You know, it's not in supercar territory, it's sports car territory. And considering that, it is punching very high. All in all, it's just got phenomenal grip, loads of presence, and in roadster format, it's a joy every step of the way. If you're into roadsters and you're in this price bracket, you gotta check out this car, it's just fantastic.
Okay, so that was it. That was my first drive in the TTRS Roadster. As a car to explore on the road, especially in an environment like this where you can have the top down, enjoy the sunshine and further absorb the surrounding atmosphere, TTRS is a fantastic thing. And you got to remember as well where this thing sits in terms of price bracket. Around the 55 grand mark, it's just punching so high. And I say this a lot, but the most important thing about any performance and sports car for me is that it has to make you feel good. It has to put a smile on your face. And looking back on that experience, I can honestly say I was smiling every single mile. Now, video 2 is going to come in the form of a full track review with the TTRS Coupe, and that'll be coming very shortly after this. So if you like what you've seen today, be sure to subscribe, and the RS Coupe video will be dropping soon. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ciao!